Hello everybody, welcome to the live stream. I'm Andy Marshall, I'm the illustrator and Crumpet kids books, and we're currently working on this book here called Super Scout. And as you may well know, with Scouts, they require a lot of badges, and that's what I was doing last night, but didn't go live last night because I'm basically just copying the badges. But anyway, I'll show you the badges here. We got Scout's badge, plain badge. I imagine that's for travel badge, and that's the main kind of for World Scout emblem. Logan District for chain. So there was a lot of fiddling around. I didn't want to copy them too. They have to be accurate, but they also still have to look like a kid's book. So that was an interesting challenge, in copying something and making it still look like a kid's drawing. So you can see I also added some things here, like very fine details if you use your microscope magnifying glass. It has banana toothpaste there, and we've also got, like, talk about our magnifying glass, the Australian flag, the red dot on here. That's pretty much all the badges you can see on the cover, plus the toothpaste logo and the logo name. Hey Rob, how you going? I was just showing everyone the badges I created last night while I was on the live stream. Pretty much it was, as I said, it was a whole bunch of copying, so not that gripping a live stream, and so yeah, thought I wouldn't go live last night, but so there are my badges. I've gone through and so we've got these, because as you said, for the Kickstarter we want to have the first 3 double page spreads, and they've been tidied up. So we've lost kind of some of the dodgy sketching under there. On this one, I'll do it like an image, not like a... So you can see here, we've got the badges down the side here, Australia flag, Scout logo, other badge here, and you can probably see it better. I was going to send you an image of this, wasn't I? If we go in there and see that you can actually read this text quite well, even though it's on a faint background, is yes, Woggle is really its name, so don't laugh. Now, this is perhaps optional, Rob. Rob from Elijah and Crumpet, that is, in the chat. Rob is the author of Super Scout, and jumps on the live streams and helps me out. And so we've got Woggle with an arrow, Scarf with an arrow. That doesn't have to be there, but this is my Woggle, this is my Scarf. So I think it kind of works well. So hopefully you're thinking the same too, Rob. And in here, not much in the way of badges. It will be always helpful if Elijah's showing his right hand side, so I don't have to put on heaps of badges. So try and show Elijah's left side more often than his right side, so I don't have to put on all his badges. Although they're already illustrated now, so it's pretty easy to put those on. Okay, so we're working on the next double page spread, and talk about a crossover here. We've got Motivate Man playing a ukulele in the back of a Tesla with Crumpet. Now, so what has to happen here is Elijah gets his Scout uniform put on. I might bring up Crumpet's shoulders here a bit, as well to kind of, I don't know, make him more in the frame. And we've also got a guest along for the ride. We've got Safi clinging on for dear life from the roof upside down. And so we've got Safi here. If we go into my Safi pics, where are we? Safi's own folder. And so if you imagine this upside down, hanging from a window, works. Give it a go. So I've got to do the line work for Safi first here. Then I'll, and so the way I got the angle on this is that I was having really big trouble getting the right dimensions, the right perspective, I should say. So I took a photo of the iPad angled at the same angle as the rear windscreen of the car, and I think that gives it the perspective. But we'll soon see how well that works. Getting back to the HB pencil after all that stuff. And so this is just my really rough sketch underneath, using it as a bit of a guide. And try and do some neater line work over the top of that. And thanks, Rob. I saw that message about one of the orders. I'll follow up with him. I was just busy getting ready for this, so I haven't contacted him yet. But I know who you're talking about. Now, this is a bit of an experiment. Like cats always have, no matter what they're doing, they seem to have the same face expression a bit. They're very, they'll be good at playing poker. They don't let on their discomfort or disapproval very much. But this is probably a different case because Safi's, of course, clinging onto the roof of a car. I mean, we don't want to add a bit of drama. And then I'd just like to go in with the eraser and then taper those a bit. Give it a nice kind of angle there. I just had an order of 4 books from the UK. I'm going to run a colouring in competition. Nice. Colouring in the competition to give Motivate Man as a prize to the winner. Very cool, very cool. I will try and put my comments over the other side because they actually overlap the actual comments that are coming up. Makes it, I'm getting double vision on my phone screen. So I've got the phone set up in a bit of a better spot. This time, so I can actually see the comments a bit easier. Sometimes you've got to bring this, sometimes the background sketch is almost a bit too distracting. It's not exactly what I want, but it's close. I thought it was good enough to use as a guide. and then trying to work out what does a cat's shoulder look like when it's hanging upside down. It's very, Safi's pulling some pretty unique poses in this book, I have to say. It's challenging my brain, which is good. Here we go. Oops, I've just rubbed out a whisker. Have to go again on that one. Now, I also want to tidy up these eyes a bit too. So, now Safi, I imagine, has fangs. Most cats do. I'm going to put on a different layer. And bring that in a bit tighter. But hopefully don't want to make her look like Dracula or a vampire bat or anything like that, but they do have teeth like that. And really good reason to have this on a double layer is that I can go over the fangs, and then I can come back in and delete that bit of the line. I'm getting right into the pixels here, so it's like it's pretty small, but you know. I think that gives us something to work with. I can't make my mind up about the text. Maybe my eyes are tired, but it's hard to see. Would solid black be better? So I imagine, Rob, we're referring to... Oh, you mean... Or just... because I'm actually liking the way round it is at the moment. I'm finding that working quite well. What I'll do is, because I didn't upload them to the Google Drive this morning because I still needed that final logo. I wanted to get that final logo on. But what I'll do is I'll put them up on the drive, and then you can have a look at them on your computer at full size, because I don't think the mobile phone filming the iPad really kind of does it justice. The one page that's a little bit kind of in question might be that, but when you actually see it on the screen, I think it looks quite good. So anyway, I'll send those through to Google Drive, and I mean, we can easily turn them to black if need be. The only thing is, with black text against stuff like this quite solid purple, it looks very heavy. I think maybe, I don't know, because I like the way it pops out of there. So anyway, I'll send that through, see what you think, and we can change it to black if you want to do that instead. Yeah, it's a tricky one. short of having just bubbles for your text. So I'm going to, I'll bring that down, merge it down into there. I'll get myself another layer so I can just work with shoulder. It's just going to be like something like that. And you know, when Safi's on the roof of a car, we'll be able to muck around with distortion and perspective a little bit in the app on the page. So I think that's simple, but I think it works. And these paws might be too big, but it's just kind of a way the perspective looked. So I'm going to go with it till I get Safi on the page. And then have a look. And you know, it's really the fun of it. Like, you know, you're working in layers like this, you've got an idea of what you want for the page. And you don't really know till you plonk it on. And sometimes you're pleasantly surprised, and sometimes not so. But it's amazing what you can do with within the program. In terms of reshaping a drawing. Now, I think it needs to come in more like that. You won't find that layer eventually. That's always, I mean, normally if you try and work in a clockwise or a left to right kind of direction, so that way I know what layers I'm working on next. Get some claws going on. Any viewers who want to buy a copy can visit ElijahandCrumpet.com. Yes, thank you, Rob. Need to remember to put that list in. I need a checklist. I know I've said it before. A checklist of all the things I need to do to my live before you go live. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna, I'll experiment. I'll put some pads on. Am I a different layer? No, yes I am. Angular type of thing. try and get it all in one hit, connecting up. And because the claws are quite spread out, checklist one, make a checklist, yeah, exactly. I mean, my main checklist is, you know, going through, working out what I'm going to draw, because, you know, a lot of the times, a lot of stuff is not that interesting to be drawing, like kind of like last night when I thought, well, all these logos, I mean, I could just go live and show me copying logos, I mean the badges, but yeah, that could work when it's coloured out. So I'll try and match, bring all that down, and I'll get that line width kind of looking the same for the claws. It'd be maybe 30, I think. It's looking pretty close. Come up from the bottom. There. Just a bit of so, I mean, this is like one of the first sketches that I've actually sketched within the app. Because it does feel quite foreign to me doing that. But, you know, it's good to get used to, because, you know, you might not always have your sketch pad handy. I think we were done around about 8. Yep, that looks like it. Yeah. So those little pads basically going up to the corner over there. Should start at the tip. Kind of work up. I'm not sure if you're getting this in the background on the live, a mosquito buzzing around me. Nasty mosquito. So these claws are just kind of pretty spread out on the windscreen. pretty happy with that. Merge down, merge down. Now, go to my gallery. So if you go outline and do a duplicate. Now, this needs to be. There we go. Give us some more solid line. Like so. And I think what I'll do, I'll make the paw pads the same outline colour, but I might make them the colour, the actual pads themselves, I might make them the colour of the rest of her body. See how that works. I can't wait to put her on the roof of a car, see what it looks like. One paw. Yes, Rob, you have my attention with the monkey face. That's our. Stop what you're doing. I have saved the outline in black. Paw pads are chocolate, same as her fur. Same as her dark bits of fur or her pale fur. So like the dark chocolate, the same colour. Checking instantly like that. Excuse me, Safi, we have to check your feet. Dark, yep, cool. That's good to know. We had a cat once that pads were like, even the pads were like different colours within the pads. It was quite artistic. Okay. So I think I got my colouring system down. I do the outline in black so it can be used later potentially for any colouring books or what have you. Then go through and colour the line. And then go in and fill. So it makes the pads quite hard to see. You know, we can always use artistic license and choose to do it a different way. It doesn't have to be the way. Hey Shandy Warhol, great to see you here. So we are drawing the second book from Elijah and Crumpet. And they're in the chat here. And Rob from Elijah and Crumpet is the author of this book called Super Scout. And I'm obviously illustrating it. We're adding a cat to the roof of a car as viewed from the inside of a car. Bit of a tricky angle and everything, but we're going to give it a go and see how it works out. But yeah, I saw you on, was it Frank's live stream the other night? Doing his spooky paranormal photographs, which is always good fun. Now, so I get, so we have a colour palette for Safi, and this is the rest of Safi's body colour, Siamese cat. So you got to imagine Safi hanging upside down, looking in the window. Lancashire, cool. Northwest England. Nice one. What time of the day is it for you there? I am in South Australia. Rob's in Queensland, and for me it's it's probably about 9:15 or something now. This is interesting, you get to see the actual line, and because it's on alpha lock, it does not go outside the line, which is a very useful tool. $103. Yeah, right. Elijah's big bro was born in Preston Hospital. He was in Preston for 12 years. Oh, yeah. Cool. Nice. The great thing with alpha lock is you just kind of scribble away and it goes, oh man, you're so good at drawing lines. If you can't see the black lines there. A little small world, yes indeed. Cool. Don't know if that's coming out okay on the live stream camera or not, but you can kind of see. Safi's black outline. Shopped in the Accrington, Little D and Aldi. What else do I need? Our whiskers over here. I'll go back and just missed a bit of line here. It makes it easy to see when you've got it on the black whether you've missed a bit of line. There used to be 2 peacocks residing in the Lidl car park a few years ago. Then one, then none. Yes, probably taken by creatures. Now, we haven't actually done a tongue for a Safi yet. But I think this is pretty much, I just want to make sure I don't get any on the fangs. Going into pixel zone here. Although, you know, peacocks, as you say, like there you're saying, mysteriously disappeared around Christmas. Yes. I mean, stolen pet or something. Now I'm going to leave those eyes black. That black, because we're going to add in the blue. Okay. Now, just because I can, I'm going to duplicate that again and go Safi car color and do the fill on a separate layer as well. Oh, go away there. I'll actually open the file. Might bring that background into it, just feels a bit too weird for my liking. So what I have to do first up is actually connect the lines here. I might actually do it with, well, it makes it easier, monoline, there too. Have to do it without the background, makes it easier to see. So I'm on layer 2 where the line is. I've got the pen tool. It's up 100. Why are you not drawing? That's really weird. Something going on there. That draws. That's on another layer. I think I'll just connect it up on the other layer and then merge it down. It is still raining in lengths. It was when I left 16 years ago, so chances are it's still going. Lidl is right next to KFC. Okay, let's go for darker colour. Alright, let's have a go at colouring in here. Let's start with Safi's eyes. Oh, actually merge that one down. That's not what we want. We don't want to do the edge, we want it to do the fill. Maybe I need to have the background actually up to do it. That's weird, why that's not filling. Let me try something a little bit more. Let's go out. Sometimes this program does bug out a little bit. I don't think it's anything I'm doing. I know what's going on. It's because I've still got alpha lock on. Let's have a look here. I still remember a song I wrote with my Aussie wife, Rain, living here in Corley is doing in my brain. It rains so much, just on the edge of the moors. Let's go put in another layer behind. Obviously on the wrong. There you go. I wonder if there's a way. So doing the paint bucket. Doing the paint bucket and then maybe adding a touch of blur just to take some of the pixel off. The edge of a line there. So I must say I'm not really happy with the way that's filling, even though bringing up the threshold before it bounces into the next areas. I'm really sorry, got to go and make a call. I'll try and come back. Thanks very much for dropping in, Shandy Warhol. It was awesome to have you here. Maybe it's just because I'm just way too close. That could be the issue. The other thing is, okay, so let's go over. So now that should work too. Yes, that works. Andy, do you think black for when the pads? Good contrast. Yeah, we could do them black. Could be nice. Let's have a look. Let's give it a go. Yeah, it gives a very good contrast. It's weird, it's bleeding up into the nail, which I don't really want it to do. I might have to come back in behind. Colour that one. Oh, somehow I've missed one over here. Makes the claws pop, yeah, it does. And it's quite a dark page in general. So what I initially do is bring in the pale colour. I think it's even that colour. Like so. And then I have to colorise her face, which is an altogether different. So I need to layer on the dark with a monoline. What I'll do is a different layer. I'll put it right over the top. So she's got this and then so she looks pretty weird right now. What colour is the back of the mouth? Yeah, it'll be like a very dark red or like that colour that I've got for the tongue. Probably be like that, but I'll just bring the darkness right down on it. So it's an almost black kind of thing. Yeah, I'll bring that down, and then I'll do the cutouts for her eyes and whatnot. Really like going to take this colouring out and revealing the eyes. It's like makes them really stand out. And that way also kind of like a bit of colour overlap onto the black line around the eye, so it's not just a real stand outy kind of fur colour. So yeah, I imagine there's hopefully some regular poses coming up for Safi soon where we can utilise some of the pre-existing drawings. But there was no pre-existing drawings which had her hanging off the roof of a car, but lucky for Safi, poor Safi. And we will have to add a comment saying no animals were injured during the making this book. Yeah, exactly. We do not recommend driving with a cat on your roof. Okay, let's get this out in here. And then I can fill behind with the darkness of the mouth. Alrighty, and so like for the mouth, I reckon, so we take that colour, go into the colour wheel, and then just darken it down so it's almost a black colour, I reckon. And then we go on a fill layer. Come on, drag, paint bucket, drag. Okay, and we also need to make sure that the fangs are actually white and not transparent. We can just go with that white from the Scouts logo. Actually, I'll do it here so it's colouring in behind. Probably a good idea to remove background so we can see. Let's have a look at that. And I do a slight bit of paint inside her ears as well because they're a bit of kind of white. So look, I'll start with some claws. Wrong layer. Actually, but that looked quite good. What I might do is do it like so. because then it pretty much acts as the existing pencil line that I've got there actually acts as shading for the claw, which I like. Yeah, that looks good. What I'll do, the fangs fully white, no black outline. Yeah, could give it a go. Maybe it's something we can have a look at once we've got. Yeah, we'll give it a go. Because I want to get Safi on the roof of the car before I head off for the night. And I keep drawing into the night, try and get this page knocked off hopefully. See how I go. Because I'm thinking, Rob, because you know how we've got quite a few kids to draw for later on in the book. I'll try and get a kid, not tonight, but in the future, like I do a page and a kid sketched out. That way when I get to the page with all the kids on it, I'm not having to draw all the kids in the one night, if you know what I mean. Alright, Sophie, let's have a looky here. And I can come back with the eraser to make it sharper. Get a page a day done, that's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping for. So that's what I want to try. Because those quite detailed pages with extra kids, there's going to be quite a lot of work. So, like if I get a page where I can do a bit of copying and pasting and altering and stuff like that, then I can spend that extra time I've freed up doing some of the other illustrations. Good, Safi. Now I just want to more ears. I'm sure she'd be happy with that. Now I go with a paintbrush kind of look. Oh, it's starting to rain. Well, I never. Eraser and sharpen that edge. I want to know why. It might be dealing with layers here. I think I need to merge some layers down. And then see how that white looks. The paws are a bit big. I can shrink them down, but it's the perspective thing for being on the roof. But there'll be a whole heap of. I guess if that was the problem. Because of the perspective of her on the roof. But I can do quite a lot in the distortion kind of side of things to try and manipulate and get the right angle. I mean, obviously with that, taking the photo and sketching her out of perspective originally was designed to make work a bit easier, so I don't have to do as much of that. Okay, Safi, let's have a look. Yeah, let's make sure I'll make that all down one layer, merge down. And I can now remove that. I can go copy canvas. Hold your breath. Let's see what it's going to look like. Dump, 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 dump. Paste. Now. And Safi's obviously not as big as these guys. Now I might have to, I didn't think about this before, but Safi's probably going to have to be off to the side a bit. And one thing I can do too, Rob, to give her more of a feeling of being outside the car, rather than just plonking her head straight down and going, hello. Is add a wash to make the window look a bit like a window, you know. I wonder what the best backdrop is. Best backdrop's probably over here. And let's have a look at the distortion options. So let's move it so she's not. It's looking more like it when you're. Now let's. Even a bit of warp. Try to bring it too close to the edge. Uh-oh, sounds like the end of a live stream anyway. Uniform. So, yeah, I think that's going to work. I think what I need to do is add some kind of, I've got no real definition between the interior of a car and the exterior of the car. So I think maybe a slight tinting and a bit of a wash to make it look more like a window. And I think that will work really well. And I think the scale's about right. And I can also add a bit more green on the tree behind Safi there so her ear doesn't disappear as much. And because there will be some trim on the page, so but the thing is like the whole thing with Safi is that she's like, you know, kind of Spot the Cat kind of thing. So we're not making it too obvious, like. So yeah. Looks good with the windows tinted, would be great. Yeah, cool. I reckon it will too. And I've mucked around a bit with windows before, like doing a really kind of kind of like, and really reduce the opacity right down, so you just get this sense of a wash going over everything to make it look like a window. So yeah, I'll muck around with that tonight and see how it goes. Thanks for joining me, Rob, and also Shandy Warhol. I was trying to remember the name. And yeah, have a good night and sweet dreams, and see you next time. Ciao.